Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name's Peter Fossiano. Today's Wednesday. It's my segment, Sip It or Skip It. My voice is trash. My palate's fine. I can smell stuff. I can taste stuff. I just can't talk all that great. So I'm batch shooting, powering through this. If you're new to this segment, you don't know what's going on, I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel. Whatever it selects, I'm going to pull it off the shelf, do a quick review, let you know if I'm going to keep sipping on the bottle until it's gone and replace it because I like it, or once it's gone, if I don't particularly care for it, I'm going to skip buying it and move on to something else. All right, let's go ahead and spin the wheel, see what we're doing today. Holy cow, that is loud. All right, looks like we're doing Writer's Tears. This, I believe, it's a cask strength, and it's an Irish. So let me pull this off the shelf, pour it, and do a quick review. All right, Writer's Tears, Irish. I think this is a single malt. I can't remember. Vintage release 2021. All the information for this is right here. I also have a link to a document linked in the description. If you're interested to see the history of my Sip or Skip series, you can click on that. I also have all of my Monday series reviews, scores for the bottles in that document as well. So if you're curious about what I've been doing, if these are sips or skips, and the scores that I've been giving the whiskeys on the channel, that document has everything. Before I do this, I have to familiarize myself again with this. So we're looking at 54.2%. It looks like it's chapter 4 for the Writer's Tears. All right. If you have had Writer's Tears, whether it was the cask strength or any of their expressions, let me know in the comments down below what you think of it, and let's get this thing on the nose. Holy cow. Peaches, grapes, green apple, massive amounts of green apple. Pretty spicy. Cinnamon, pepper, ginger, those are common spices for me. But yeah, this is coming across as very sweet. Green grape, green apple, peach, pear, very fruity. And that ethanol is stinging the nose pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the palate. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, that is a massive shot of green apple, followed by vanilla and oak. That ABV kind of smacks you in the face. That pepper, ginger, cinnamon spice is also there from the arrival to the mid-palate to the finish. And then once it hits the back of the palate, it turns pretty dry and pretty bitter. The bitter note is not very pleasant, and I think it overshadows the light fruit flavors right up front. Now, of course, that was the very first sip. Sometimes you have to get acclimated to that sip. So let me get a second sip down. Let me concentrate a little bit more on the flavors and then move on to whether this is a sip or a skip. All right, second sip. I can't believe how much green apple this is coming through with. All right, second sip. All right, that second sip, that green apple is really nice. Good vanilla, good oaky notes, good ABV. But I got to tell you, the finish on this is absolutely ruining everything. I don't know if it's the combination of the single pot still and the single malt, but yeah, that's pretty funky. American oak cask, non-chill filtered. Yeah, I just wish those initial notes finished all the way through, because it really does take a complete 180 at the very end of the palate. Pretty fruity, pretty complex right up front, but if you don't have something that's complete all the way through, I don't think it's something that I can recommend. And I don't know the history behind Writer's Tears, even if they're still producing these individual chapters and what chapter they're on. But I want to give this one more shot. Let me get one more sip in and see if that bitterness on the back end is still there. So third sip, everyone. Green apple, vanilla, oak, cinnamon, pretty spicy. But you can almost put a counter to it, like 3, 2, 1, dryness and bitterness on that back end. That's not good. So I guess after 3 sips and listening to what I've been saying, you probably already know this is going to be a skip for me. I just wish all of those light fruity flavors stuck with it all the way through. Even if it's not going to be complex, if those notes that I initially got on the arrival just stuck around longer, I think we would have a completely different outcome here. But it's hard to overcome that bitterness on the finish. Just ruins it. So that's where I'm at. It's a skip for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the Writer's Tears series. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, just a reminder, I do have a June giveaway. All of those rules to the giveaway are in the description below. All right, wherever you are at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it. Until the next time, we'll talk to everybody later. Bye.